Family decided to step away from the game, but a month later, after some injuries and coaches and teammates reaching out to him, he was back in the fold and putting up huge numbers like a 34-carry, 179-yard performance against Oregon State, all leading up to a fourth-round selection by the San Francisco 49ers, where he is now signed officially an NFL player now. Congratulations to Joe Williams. Thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks for having me.
Let's talk about that month. That period started September 13th. Going into mid-October, where you were away from the game, focusing on your mental health. What did you learn about yourself, and what can you tell us about that situation as you waited and teammates eventually reached out to you?
Honestly, it was just understanding that I had to take a step back from the sport that I love so dearly to, fix what was wrong, previously in my life, with my sister and that tragedy. But I'm just honestly glad to be here and, so proud to be a 49er.
Yeah, losing your sister at that young age and going through the guilt associated with that. What would you say to somebody who's going through that situation, not necessarily a football player, but how to handle it and how to grow with something like that?
You just have to be true to yourself. For me, it took a couple years to understand that, 10 honestly. But in life, people just have to know that to be steady, you have to give up things that you love dearly, whether that be football or any, a job or anything. And to do what's right, taking that step back will honestly, help you further, in life.
And looking at that step back, Joe, going into the evaluation process, when you started to hear people say things like, well, he quit on his team, gave up on the game, how did that make you feel hearing that from evaluators?
At first, it was, kind of overwhelming, but after speaking to my coaches and, my family and people that I really, hold dear to me, I knew that I was going to use it more as motivation and as a chip on my shoulder. I went out a lot in those games with a lot of angst and, just determination to just prove everybody wrong.
And people learned a lot about your draft situation with the 49ers. Peter King had an MMQB article going through how they were discussing the potential for you to be picked. Kyle Shanahan pounding the table for you. John Lynch said he wanted to talk to you before he drafted you. What was that conversation with John Lynch like?
Oh, it was awesome. Big fan of him when he was a player for the Bucs and the Broncos. But he just wanted to hear the story from me, from the horse's mouth. I told it to him straight. I didn't sugarcoat anything. And when I hung up the phone call, I was real confident that I would potentially be a 49er.
And looking at your 49er opportunity, you get a chance to go with the teammates. How are you going to approach your mental health situation with the team? And will you be able to share a little bit more now that people are aware of your story?
Just, be close with the organization, the people that are here that they've put in front of me to help me through this path. NFL is a tough business, but I'm here to come to work every day. Just got done with the little walkthrough in mini camp, so I'm just ready to put my, each foot forward every day and just continue to be the best.
Joe, we appreciate you coming on, man. Congratulations on getting drafted and just overcoming everything you've had to do to be a part of this team. We appreciate you coming on, and best of luck to you with the 49ers.